What's up, everyone? It's ZDTUTTA here, and today we're going to look at Future House V3. It's going to be less of a tutorial and more of a breakdown. It's pretty simple. I just have some drums here and then a few instruments, and so I'm thinking we can just go down the line. And yeah, I actually ended up deleting this one. So it's just a kick, a clap, and a hat. And then this was my framework channel. Yeah, so I started off with just these bottom notes. So let me save, and then I'll take these off. Yeah, so this is what it sounded like before. So pretty simple. And then I just made these chords minor by going up 3 semitones, so from C to D sharp, and then to finish off the chord you go another 4 semitones. So we went from D sharp to G, and then same here and just same down the line. So started off with just that bass kind of like melody or whatever, we're just getting those root notes, and then from there we built the chords, and the other stuff is pretty basic. Yeah, then we just have like a kind of a synth. Sounds very 80s. It's very simple, but it's not a main player, so I just left it like that. And then here we have this kind of future house. This is where the name comes from. It's that kind of hollow marimba sounding instrument. So that sounds pretty good, honestly. That's like very future house style. And then of course added in a trumpet as well. And I'm just pulling all of these, like I already split the channel so you can't see the ghost notes anymore, but they all came from the pluck, the one that you heard in the beginning. So this is what gave me the kind of scaffolding, or like the framework for all the other notes to go. And so here it used to just say pattern 1, and then you can right click it, split by channel, and so then my pattern 1 turned into all these separate patterns. So now that's why if you look at the pattern you can only see the one that you're on, and so if you do the solo trick it doesn't really change anything. Because it's just that channel inside the pattern. So at that point, to hear how everything's going to sound, you actually have to start building out your song. And so this is kind of just like your word bank, and you can just pull stuff out and start adding stuff. And so usually I'll just keep the drums up top, and because you're going to want to like delete some of it like right before the drop, so that it kind of like simmers down. That way you can get some dynamics for when it goes back up. So I try to keep the drums on the upper half, and then the drums don't really change and you kind of know what they're doing. So then when you have a lot more instruments and like effects and automation clips and stuff that we'll get into later, it's nice that you can just kind of scroll down and then keep your working instruments all together. versus like having a drum and then the synth and then the drum and then the trumpet. It makes it hard to just like see it all in one window. And so this is pretty basic. I'll just let this play out for you. And I mean, the idea is simple. Like, you start off with your simple instrument because you don't want to give your best stuff away until later. And so I'm just using that basic kind of 80s synth with the drums. And then we take it all away and have that pluck just with the kick. And then something I do for the drops is, I mean, they kind of all end up different, but generally your melody, like your lead, can actually come in before the drop happens with no drums, and it's like kind of like a false drop. And I mean, I didn't even add a crash or anything. This is all just super rudimentary still, but so yeah, you just basically go from your pattern, split it, you can start pulling stuff in, and then you kind of want to have it like be full and taper down to the drop, and then have everything come in at once. So yeah, so that's pretty basic, guys. Just get your pattern going with some basic drums, get your framework channel, that'll give you your melodies and stuff and your bass line, and then split it and start putting it into the song window and get a song going. And like last time, you can go into the packs here and then go to risers, and that's where I got this sound from. So you have some pretty good options to build a drop like for free with free plugins. So until next time, my friends, peace.